Good morning, beautiful people. So this morning I want to share a story with you. It's a bit of folklore, I guess. My understanding it's German in origin. I forget where I initially heard this story from, but anyway, it's a story that has stuck with me over the years that I give thought to periodically. And it's gonna seem kind of like boring and mundane until we get to the end, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, there it is." So try to bear with me here, but I promise it's worth your time. So this is a story of the wolf and the bird, and it's from my understanding, a story of German origin. You know, story you tell kids. So in Germany, here's how the story goes. In Germany, there was this man, and he lived in a mostly wooded area, and there was a path, that went to the factory where he worked. And so one morning he gets up for work, and he has him some schnapps and whatever for breakfast, and he hears the first whistle blow. The factory, it blew a whistle so long before you had to be at work, and periodically. So he hears the whistle and he heads out the door to go to work. Well, as he's walking through the woods on this path to get to work, he sees this little tiny bird on the path, and the poor thing is about nearly frozen to death. It's barely alive, and he picks it up, and he starts blowing on it, trying to warm it up. He had a little schnapps that morning, so his breath was nice and warm. And as he's blowing on this bird, it kind of tweet 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 tweet, starts coming back to life. But then he hears the second whistle from the factory blow. Now he knows he has to hurry up and get to work, or he's going to be late. So he has he has this little bird that he's worried won't make it to sun up because it's freezing to death, and he can't take it to work with him, but he has to go to work. So as he's trying to figure out what the heck he's going to do, how can he possibly save the bird and go to work, he sees this pile of fresh poop, some kind of animal poop, right? And, it's a steaming pile of poop. And he thinks, you know what? I'm going to bury the bird in the poop up to its neck so it can breathe fine. That way it continues to warm up. And then when the sun comes out, the bird can, find its way out of the doo-doo, the poop. And, it'll survive. So he does this. He buries the bird up to its neck in the poop, and he hurries and goes to work. So the bird is in this pile of poop, and it's warming up and getting filling back in its little birdie toes and whatnot, and it's feeling kind of good. The sun's starting to come up, and the bird starts singing, tweet, 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 tweedly-dee, whatever birds do. I'm not good at sound effects. So it's doing this, and the bird is like, yeah, I'm going to be all right. And as the bird is doing this, along comes a wolf who hears the bird, and it goes over, and the bird doesn't even see it coming. It snatches the bird out of the poop, eats the bird is dead. Now, there are three morals to this story, because I know you're thinking, where are we going with this? There are three morals to this story. Moral number one, just because somebody gets you in some poop, some mess, doesn't mean they're your enemy. Number two, just because somebody pulls you out of some mess, some doo-doo, some drama, some whatever, doesn't necessarily mean they're your friend. And the third and most important lesson is when you find yourself in the mess, in the poo-poo, the best thing you can do is be quiet. Shut your mouth. So anyway, I find that story very, very entertaining and very interesting. I hope you liked it too. I think we've all had times where we found ourselves in some doo-doo with other folks or because of other folks. And it doesn't always mean they're your enemy. It doesn't always mean they're a bad person. Sometimes life happens. And I think we've all been in situations where someone has helped us in some way, came along, pulled us out of the poo. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're your friend. People pretend well. And most importantly, and I think we all know this quite well, and if not, life will teach you 100 times over. When you find yourself in the doo-doo, in the poo-poo, don't twiddly-dee, twiddly-dee. More often than not, the best thing you can do is just be quiet. Just focus on the moment. Focus on getting through the moment. And focus on getting out of the doo-doo. Don't make a spectacle. So that's my my little 5 minutes of something. I don't know if it's wisdom or whatever, entertainment. I don't know what it was, but there's my 5 minutes of something for you this morning, my gift to you. So if you like the video, feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, share, feel free to hit the notifications button if you'd like to hear more of my random stories and perspectives. You know, I know that, you know, I'm an acquired taste. Not everybody enjoys my my ramblings, but if you're someone who does, then please, by all means, subscribe and hit the notifications bell. And I hope you all have a beautiful day, and God bless, and whatever you're going through in life, you know, you're gonna get through it, because you have to. Good day. God bless.